Hello, Pauser Pack. It's your guy KAPE. I am back from my holiday. Sadly, you can tell that I probably got a bit of a tan, but I'm back to drop you guys frequent content. So let's just get into it. Today I'm going to be talking about the fact that David Raya got an improved contract, not in terms of the length, but in terms of wages to reflect his status within the club. And then also the fact that Arsenal are trying or planning to renovate the stadium to increase the capacity and maybe will move to Wembley whilst that happens, which is very, very exciting. So I'm going to be breaking that down, giving my thoughts, and I want to get you guys' thoughts as well in the comments section down below. So if you're new or returning, have already hit the subscribe button. I'm on the road to 2,000 subs. Smash the like button down below and comment down below, did you enjoy my holiday? And I'm going to be back with a lot of content, so don't get bored of this face. But yeah, came out yesterday, Sammy Mockbell from the BBC now, where he dropped an exclusive that David Raya has been rewarded with a new contract. Obviously, Raya is our number one keeper, has been a number one keeper for the last 2 to 3 years now. Is one of the best keepers in the league, if not the best, outside of Alisson, and one of the best in the world. And I think he was reportedly on about 100,000 £100,000 a week, which isn't too bad, but obviously given the fact that he is one of our most important players, and you can argue that he is one of our most important players, I think his wages need to reflect that, especially in the midst of obviously a lot of contract renewals coming out. We know that just also news came out that Timber's also going to get his contract renewed. This is off the back of obviously Saliba's contract getting renewed, off the back of Gabriel, Ethan Nwaneri, Miles Lewis-Skelly. We know Saka's in the works, and maybe even a Declan Rice as well. So it's great news. Obviously, it's not a new terms. I think David Raya did sign for us in 2024, but permanently, so he would have probably put pen to contract, even though he's been with us since 2023. So he's probably signed a 5-year deal. So it's not like it's a pressure for him to have to, sign a new contract and an extension. But it's still good to him to be reflected in terms of his importance in the squad. And I think I like the fact that the club now are thinking about all these things, thinking more long term, renewing players' contracts early, even with the Trossard contract. Not extension, but his wages being boosted up. At the time, I was a bit critical because I was like, we're keeping Trossard. Does that mean we're not going to sign a winger? We didn't sign a left winger, even though we signed Eze. But Trossard is an important player. He's a senior player. He has been, after Saka, our most important player in terms of goals and assists. So you have to reflect these in terms of squad, in terms of harmony, in terms of players' livelihood, and just the respect you give to players and what that impression does for other players as well that maybe want to be interested in the clubs, and saying that the club does have a reward system. They do treat players right. Seen that with Timber now, you've seen that with Raya, seen that with Trossard, so that's good. So I'm happy about that. Raya has been excellent. He started the season again excellent. I think that's 4 clean sheets in the league, if I'm correct. And obviously only conceded 3 goals. Obviously 1 magic free from Szoboszlai, that Haaland goal, and then obviously the Vault Tamada header against Newcastle in the Premier League anyways. And yeah, no, look, he has kept clean sheets in both Champions League games and also in the Carabao Cup. It was kept at the start. So big credit. We have a good collection of keepers. David Raya is one of the best keepers. When he first came in, there was a lot of controversial news between him and Ramsdale, who was a club favourite, fan favourite. Obviously, I could understand that Raya was a better keeper, both in terms of distribution and stop saving. But he's brought an element of calmness when the ball gets crossed into the box, when he's one-on-one with strikers, when there's some danger chances. You're confident that he can save it, even with penalties as well. And when he's on the ball, you're very confident he's not going to make any mistakes. He rarely makes mistakes. He has had his sniffs over the years, but I think he's kind of leveled out, and just the calmness that he oozes. And also that's the fact that he's a great passer. He does provide a lot of good, accurate long passes to our wingers and strikers. So credit to David Raya. Moving on to the stadium expansion, it was coming out yesterday as well, so I'm a bit late with this video, so I apologise. That Arsenal officials have studied the expansion of obviously Real Madrid's new expansion, the 83,000 stadium, with the whole LED roof, LED score screen, the retractable roof as well. And the aim is for Arsenal to try and, potentially make the Emirates into something like so, which is very interesting. It goes on to say that Arsenal have the option to change the gradients so the Emirates Stadium can adapt the seating plan to fit more fans, or change maybe that the way the shape of it is potential. But obviously, a lot of options are being developed. And obviously, with a change of the backroom staff that just came recently, with obviously Tim Lewis leaving, a lot of new staff being employed. I think there was the American guy who's been involved in a lot of the marketing side. I can't remember his name, but this could be a lot of things where Arsenal are looking to kind of build their brand, build the fact that we are becoming a bigger club. We are at the peak. We're near the peak of the top of, you know, one of the best teams in the world, in Europe, and obviously in our country as well, England. So we have to reflect that. We did have one of the best stadiums when we first moved to the Emirates, but that was all the way in 2006, 2007. Obviously now there's a lot of upgrades, you know, that we can get a bigger stadium and we can have more capacity. Arsenal have been a growing club. We can get more fans into the stadium, can get more ticket sales, more opportunity for us to go to games. So that's good. It says Arsenal are planning on a major expansion at Emirates Stadium. You can see them forced to move their home matches temporarily to Wembley when, if this happens, with the detailed work of a potential overhaul that will increase the current 60,700 capacity to beyond 70,000. So that will be over 10,000 more seats added to the Emirates, which is big. Big for the atmosphere, big for the amount of fans and amount of people that can experience going to the Emirates Stadium and experience the games that we have. And also just building our brand. Obviously, you get a fresher stadium, there'll be more facilities and more things that it has to provide, you know, out of just in terms of the pitch experience, in terms of the, you know, renovating the toilets and just outside of the pitches, you know, the food stands. Maybe there might be more tourist attraction things that you can, you know, implement into the stadium that can help for revenue, but also just make us a more attractive unit. So all in all, it's good news coming out of what is Arsenal not being stagnant. And obviously, I know some people have some PTSD. The last time we renovated, moved to a new stadium, the promises that we had, and look at where that went. But I don't think the club's at that same stage. It's different. We're not moving to a new stadium. We're renovating our current stadium, which obviously will be cheaper, even though it will be costly, because there's many things that have to go into getting that licensing and, you know, approval and, you know, just planning. But it's good that the club are thinking about, you know, where we're going, the direction that we're going in, which is a positive end, which is a growing club, which is trying to be the best in England. And if we do win those majors, there's going to be more fans, more eyes, more attractiveness to the club, and they're trying to reflect that and trying to do that. And it'll be interesting. Obviously, it'll be sad if we do have, let's just say, a season away from the Emirates, playing at Wembley, obviously. But to be fair, we've had a good record at Wembley. It is a big stadium, 90,000 fans. Who knows if the prices of tickets will be different, same, cheaper, because it's not our facilities. And yeah, like when we come back to a fresh new Emirates Stadium, like maybe off the back of probably a Premier League title, maybe two, like how would that feel? So yeah, good news on the Raya front. Obviously, I want to include Timber's contract as well, which was very, very positive when I saw that, and I'm happy about that. And 100% it reflects his status. He's one of the best, to me, the best right back in the world, definitely in the league. Obviously, Hakimi can have a shout towards that. And I think that you have to do that. And with Raya, he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world, definitely one of our most important players in our team. Nailed on the starter, and you have to reflect his wages and his status, and especially with his age as being one of our senior players, to reflect that, because you don't want anyone getting any rustles, any feathers, anything like that. So yeah, the stadium expansion, the club are looking to grow and be big, and I'm just happy about that. So yeah, comment down below what you think about Raya's new deal, Timber's new deal. I'll include that as well, and obviously the stadium expansion. I'm going to be back with a lot of content, and obviously I'll be dropping a video just breaking down the first part of the season, my thoughts so far, positive, negatives, and just the title race, and just the, hasn't started, but just my initial thoughts. So yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Speak soon.